Okay, so this deep dive, well, this one's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
It's about dark AI.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been all over the news lately. And honestly, I mean, I didn't even really understand what it meant at first. So we're gonna dig into it a little bit today.
Yeah, definitely.
And it sounds a little bit scary, but we're gonna cover, uh, I guess, the main areas,
Right.
like how it affects cybersecurity,
Right.
and then what it means for, like political manipulation,
Yeah.
and then also weaponization,
Right.
which is what the scariest part. And then, of course, we want to talk about, are there any solutions to this? Like, what are people doing to mitigate these risks?
Mhm.
So regulation, AI, safety protocols,
Right.
all that good stuff. So,
Yeah, it's like we've opened Pandora's box with AI.
yeah.
We've got all this amazing potential, but we've also unleashed some pretty scary possibilities,
Hmm.
especially when it falls into the wrong hands.
Yeah. Well, let's start with something I think a lot of people have at least heard of, deepfakes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I always thought those were like something out of a science fiction movie.
Right.
But the stuff you sent me, it's happening now, and it's pretty unsettling.
Yeah. I mean, remember a while back when everyone was making those, silly videos of like their friends singing off-key pop songs?
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. This is serious stuff.
Yeah.
Like using AI to create videos of CEOs or politicians saying or doing things that they never actually did or said.
Right.
It's wild. And the technology behind it, it's called generative adversarial networks, or GANs.
Okay.
It's essentially you have these two AI algorithms, and they're like battling each other.
Oh, wow.
One's trying to generate the fake,
Right.
and the other one's trying to detect it. And so
Right.
through this process, they actually learn from each other, and the fakes just become more and more believable, more and more convincing, to the point where it's really hard to tell what's real and what's not.
Yeah. Okay, so then there's all the stuff about phishing schemes.
Right.
Like, honestly, I feel like I get like a million phishing emails every day.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But AI is making them like way more sophisticated.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It can analyze tons of data on human behavior.
Hmm.
Like it learns what makes us tick, and then it figures out exactly what will make you click that link or open that attachment.
Oh, gosh.
And it goes way beyond just like mimicking a legitimate email,
Right.
This is like deeply personalized stuff, like AI figuring out your specific weaknesses and exploiting them.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a huge cybersecurity threat,
Yeah.
but it also it affects our digital literacy.
Right.
We really need to be extra careful about what we're clicking on and what we believe online.
So it's not just like businesses or governments being
Yeah.
targeted by this stuff.
Right.
It's everybody.
It's everybody, yeah. And it's not just about stealing data anymore. It's
Mhm.
about manipulating people.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the whole political manipulation thing.
Oh.
I mean, I guess this is where it can really, really mess with our democracy, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, all the articles you sent me about, AI being used to spread fake news and influence elections, it's scary. It's like that saying, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes.
Right.
But with AI, those lies are on like a rocket ship.
Yeah, it's like a custom-built propaganda machine.
Yeah.
It can target you with information that's tailored to your specific fears and biases and beliefs.
Right.
It's incredibly effective and really hard to fight back against.
So fact-checking isn't enough anymore.
No, it's not just about fact-checking. We need to rebuild trust in legitimate sources of information and in our institutions.
Okay. Well, this next one, this is the one that kind of feels like a sci-fi movie.
Oh, yeah.
Weaponization of AI.
Right.
And this isn't just hypothetical anymore, right?
No, not at all. We're talking about autonomous weapons systems.
Right.
Like AI that can identify, track, and even attack targets without any human intervention. I mean, the ethics of this are huge, and the potential for something to go really wrong is massive.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if the AI misinterprets information or it gets hacked.
Right.
The consequences could be devastating.
Yeah. It really makes you think about, the decisions we make today about AI are going to affect us for generations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it's not all bad news,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there are people working on ways to stop these things from happening.
Absolutely. There's a growing movement of people really focusing on AI safety and ethics.
Okay, yeah.
And one big thing is regulation. Governments and international organizations are starting to realize we need rules and laws specifically for dark AI.
Okay. But
Okay.
how do you regulate something that's constantly changing?
Right. That's the challenge.
Seems impossible.
It does, yeah. So these rules need to be flexible.
Okay.
And we need to be thinking ahead.
Right.
It's not about stopping innovation. It's about making sure it's used responsibly. And it's a global issue, so we need countries working together to find solutions.
Okay. The research also mentioned AI safety protocols.
Uh-huh.
What are those?
So basically, they're like safeguards
Okay.
built into the AI to try and prevent it from being misused.
Okay.
Like, for example, tools to help us understand how the AI makes decisions,
Okay.
algorithms to detect and fix bias so the AI isn't being unfair or discriminatory,
Hmm.
and even kill switches. Like, if something goes wrong, we can shut the AI down immediately.
Okay, so it's not just about external controls, it's also about building safety right into the technology itself.
Exactly.
Kind of like building a house with safety features instead of just hoping the fire department gets there in time.
Exactly. A great analogy.
And so, just like fire safety, educating people about AI is crucial.
Absolutely.
The more people understand the risks and also the good things about it, the better we can make sure it's developed and used for good.
Right.
So, dark AI. It's a real problem. It's serious, but it's not hopeless.
Right. We have the tools and the knowledge to steer AI in the right direction.
But it takes all of us working together. Governments, companies, researchers, and, all of us.
Yeah, everyone needs to be involved.
So I'm going to leave you with a question to think about.
Okay.
Knowing what you know now about dark AI, what role can you play in making sure AI benefits humanity?
It's a big question.
It is,
Yeah.
but an important one.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's it for today's deep dive.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening.